Hi guys, welcome to today's episode. Today is not one of the most exciting episodes, but it's one of those episodes that help you to reflect, or that is helping me to reflect right now. Sometimes we live life like we own life. Like when we win, we think we're the one winning. When once you succeed, you feel like you're the one. It's because you're the strongest, you're the smartest, you're all of that. And you know that time when you're out there because you have a position, you're oppressing people, you just forget that we are living on borrowed times, that this life belongs to somebody. Let me just say, practically, we forget that there is death. We all don't move around thinking about death. I don't know about you guys, but I don't move around thinking about death. But when somebody that you know dies, it's like a wake up call. Oh, there's something like death after all. That's how I'm feeling right now. I just heard that someone died, and we haven't seen this certain person for some time now. And hearing that he had cancer all this while, and being in healthcare, and having worked in oncology unit for 2 years, I don't know. And maybe that's the reason why I don't even know how to process when someone dies. I've heard the doctors telling people you have 6 more months to live, 3 more months to live. And I always tell my patients, do the best that you can do in those months that you have to live. When last did you hear someone, or when last did you know that this person have just 6 months more to live? Cancer, I feel like it's a death sentence when once you diagnose of it. I don't care what anybody says, but that's just how I feel. Because no matter what you do, you still end up dead. You still end up dead. And I've never seen anything financially draining as being diagnosed or treatment for cancer. I would just say it's not the sickness for the poor. But I guess he doesn't know whether you're poor or rich. And I always say this jokingly. Wait till I chop before I go chop cancer. Wait till I feel chop. Wait till person feel chop, the person will go chop cancer. It's something I always say. I know exactly what he has gone through. And trust me, those people who are close to him, his family and friends, will know that him being dead, or death, was the best thing that happened to him. If you have ever lived with someone who has cancer or was going through cancer crisis, you will know that you will always pray that let death just take them. I am sure he has been through a whole lot, and him dying somehow is a relief to his family and friends, those people who saw him in his last stage. The reason why I'm making this video today is I'm not the one to celebrate death, talk about it, post it, no. Because I process things differently. I process my pain differently. I don't know. I process my worries. Everything about me, I know that I do it a little different from every other normal person. I never post people who die. I never even want to talk about it most of the time. But this one is it just feels like, like I said, we all living on borrowed times. The life we live in is not ours. It can be taken away from us anytime. Through sickness, accident, gunshot, anything can just take this life that you're living away from you. I feel very, very sad. He was just 40. Rest in peace, Alex Okubo. Like I said, I'm not the kind of person that makes or talk about things like this, but I feel like this one hits me differently. This one hits me differently, and I'm just here to share how I feel about this whole thing. I can't remember the last time I thought about death. I can't remember the last time. I'm just living the life, sometimes with so much pride. We all do sometimes. With so much ego, with like, I've arrived, oh, I succeeded in this, I achieved this, and we cannot remember death. We are not walking around thinking about it either. But this one, it's like, yeah, the life does not really belong to us. So we should be cautious of what we do, what we say, how we treat people, how we live the life. I don't know. I don't know if I'm making sense, but this is coming from a place of pain, confusion. I don't know. You know how people will say, this popular line, people say, do you know who I am? Who the hell are you? When death is knocking at your door, we move like we own the world. We move, we treat people anyhow, we talk to people anyhow. No humility. But all of a sudden, the death of this person just bring you to consciousness of humility. Death, the humble person. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, death, the humble person. The way that I feel, I wonder how his family and friends that are really close to him are feeling. It's not like I've seen him before. It's not like I know him one-to-one. He's an actor, but he's also a human being. And I'm relating from the point of human. And I was just thinking about his closet. Anybody who knows Ikuku knows that he loved the good life. He's enjoyment minister. He used to walk through his closet, his shoes, his perfume. He was someone who knows how to look good. He loved to wear good clothes, and I don't know. I would say he came, he saw, and he conquered. May his gentle soul continue to rest in peace. I don't know. I run away from things like this. Like I said, I don't, maybe it's most time I don't even process when someone dies. I just run away from it. Yeah, but this is like the first time I will ever have to talk about anything about someone who died. Now, maybe because I've seen too many dead people. I guess so. I've seen too many dead people. I think that it's one of the reasons why I really cannot process it. I have pain. I have my feelings, but I just brush it aside every day. I have seen too many dead people to last me in my lifetime. Not just seeing, like very close to them. I look at them. Death truly humbles, honestly. So if we are out here as human beings and we have conscious thought or conscious awareness of this, I'm sure we'll all be more humble, more kinder, more nicer to people, willing to help. I think that is what this video is all about. Like, yeah, if we think about death more often, the things that we do sometimes we would definitely not do them. The pride, the ego, the elaborate things that we do to show that yes, it is us, it is me. Yeah, if we have conscious awareness of that, or think about that, it will humble us more. May the good Lord protect every one of us that is still alive. I don't even know what to say. I went out to get the grocery and I was in that Uber, and I'm sure the Uber man will be like, what is wrong with this lady? She looks so sad. Look like the whole world has fallen. Yes. I don't know. I was flipping through Instagram and I see a lot of people posting his pictures and I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not saying death is meant for ugly people alone, but this man was a fine young man at that. At 40, God help every one of us to be more conscious or be more aware of that, to put us, because I feel like if we are more aware of that, we'll always live right, we'll always live conscious, we'll always want to make heaven, right? If you know that after all of this you're going to die, you know, we don't have to wait till someone dies before we feel the way we're feeling right now, or we just remember how pitiful we are, because truly humans, we are really pitiful. We are really. You remember when you used to say, do you know who I am? And someone raised a gun at you and all of a sudden you forget who you say you were. Yeah. Death. That thing called death is something that humbles even the most successful, even the most, I don't know what I would say right now. Let's not wait until someone dies before we reflect. Let's reflection be our everyday guide, and that will aid us to live right. And also, I feel like if we are in conscious awareness of death, when death finally comes, somehow we will be prepared. May the soul of all the faithful departed rest in perfect peace. Ikuku, rest well, and may God accept your soul.